Hi everyone, just a recap on the converse of Pythagoras, just an example. So the question here says, classify the following triangle fully by angle and by side. So we need to say which kind of triangle are we dealing with regards to the angles and with regards to the sides. And then we also need to say which angle has been tested. Which angle has been tested. Okay, just remember a recap on Pythagoras is that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the other two sides also squared, each one of them, and added together. Okay, that is what Pythagoras tell us. Now just remember also that the hypotenuse is the longest side and it's the side that's opposite the 90-degree angle. Now we don't know if we have a 90-degree angle here, but we can check. So we'll start by the longest side, which we will assume will be the hypotenuse, which is the AB, right? So this one we say is the longest side. So that's the first thing that you identify. You identify the longest side. Then you say, right, let's do AB squared, because the Pythagoras always says the longest side squared, hypotenuse squared equals. So we're first going to calculate that. So that is 13 squared, and we know that that is 169. Then what we're going to do, now because this is centimeter and it's squared, it's actually centimeter squared. Okay, so let's just write that there. Then we need to still deal with the other two sides, and we'll have to square each one individually and then add them together. Just be mindful there. There we are dealing with millimeters, there with centimeters. Here we dealt with centimeters, so let's convert this millimeters to centimeters. 110 millimeters is also 11 centimeters. That's very important. Be mindful for questions like these. Okay. So we're going to say AC squared plus BC squared. That will be 11 squared plus 11 squared. Now 11 squared is 121. 121 plus 121. That will give us 242. And that will also be centimeters squared. Now what can we say? Normally, you will say AB squared is equal to AC squared plus BC squared if Pythagoras is applicable. But what is the case here? We see that this AC squared plus BC squared here, this one, 242, is definitely greater than the 169. So we have to use this symbol here. This one is greater than this one, because this is 169 and that is 242. So now let's think about this. Normally, if you draw a quick triangle here, and you'll say this, let's call this let's call that C, A, B, C, like that. So I just quickly drew this. So AB is this one, is 13 centimeters. And then AC is 11 centimeters and BC is 11 centimeters. Now we want to see, remember, now I want to draw it differently. I'll just erase this. We're going to make this one the longest side, right? So we're going to say this one is the 13 centimeters. And then we have 11 centimeters and 11 centimeters. So let's just erase point C as well. Because now we'll see, let's make that A. And then let's make, so A, B is the 13 centimeters, and then that is C. Okay, so you just make a quick sketch here. So which angle are we testing? What do you guys think? Remember, we are testing this angle C here because opposite angle C is what we will call the hypotenuse when we're dealing with Pythagoras. But what we know is that AB, this one here, is now smaller than AC squared plus BC squared. So in Pythagoras, this would have been equal to AC squared plus BC squared. But it's not the case here. We just proved it. It's smaller. So if it's smaller, and you can also view the other video that I have, it would be somewhere here. So let's say here. It would look something like this because it's smaller now, right? AB squared, this side, is smaller than. So that's why it won't go up to there. It's smaller than. So that is the side there. So what angle do we have here? We have an acute angle. So when we classify the triangle by angle, we will say, so let's say triangle is acute angled. That is classified by angle. And then by side, we will say we have two sides that are the same, right? AC and BC. And when we have a case like that, what kind of triangle do we have? Isosceles. So is an acute angled triangle is acute angled, and also an isosceles triangle. Okay, so that is now we classified it according to angle and according to sides. And then we also need to say which angle has been tested, and that was angle C, remember? That's why this rough sketch is very important to identify which angle are being tested. Okay, so you say angle C was tested. Okay, so these 2 points are also very important. Hey, thanks guys.